Hello everybody and welcome to the JDS Review Vacation Edition. Today we're going to be doing a video review of Wyndham Vacation Resorts Sea Gardens Beach and Tennis Resort in beautiful Pompano Beach, Florida. Now for those of you who are not overly familiar with where Pompano Beach, Florida is, it is right above Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which is also an hour north of Miami, give or take some of the bad traffic that there is down there. But that's where it's going to be located. So you will be hearing me mention Fort Lauderdale periodically, so I just wanted to get that out the way right there. But the Sea Gardens is actually the very first Wyndham resort that I stayed at as a full-fledged Club Wyndham timeshare owner. This wasn't the first Wyndham I've been to. The other one was the Beach Street Cottages, which I have done a review on that. So definitely be on the lookout for that one as well. But today we're going to focus on the Wyndham Sea Garden, as this was the very first one that I was able to actually use as an owner. The very same year, actually, that I went to Beach Street Cottages for the first time in my life. I got to take not one but two vacations. Never happened before, which is more than what I had did previously in many other years prior to that. But let's go ahead and delve into the Sea Gardens and what makes this resort so fantastic. Now, first of all, I'm going to give you a little bit of background story about how we came here. We actually were on a very long road trip to a tune of almost 20 hours on the road to finally get to the Sea Gardens. And let me tell you, we got there literally about 4 hours before check-in time because we had left early enough, and despite having to take rests and doing all the kind of things you would on a very long road trip, we got there very early. And so when I went to check in, the staff was very warm. They greeted us very well, and I had made a special request if we could possibly check in early, even though we were there, though I wasn't honestly expecting them to accommodate us. However, they took my phone number down and said they would call us as soon as the room was ready. So what I did was I took a look around into the lobby, and the first thing I noticed was this absolutely awesome playroom setup that they had. And I'm not sure if I have any photos of that here because a lot of them had my kids involved in it, and I didn't want to include those photos here. But if you see them, I'll definitely go over them as you go ahead and gawk at the current pictures that you're looking at right now. But the first thing I noticed, I walked in, there was a pool room, a lot of Legos to play with, several different toys, a lot of kids' toys, but the one that really struck my attention was they had a Nintendo Wii U with Mario Kart 8 set up to play. And obviously, as dead tired as I was, and I just really wanted to just take a nap, I couldn't resist. So I called the kids in from the van, called my wife in, and I said, let's go ahead and play. And so we were actually having an absolute fantastic time before we even checked into the resort, just looking around. And the staff was just so great all the way through. And so while we were playing and then while we were having a great time, we got the phone call we were looking for. At 1:45 p.m., just a little over 2 hours before we were supposed to check in, which was 4 p.m., they called and said that, hey, the staff got the room ready. It is yours. It's ready for you to go in, and that was some of the best news I absolutely heard. We couldn't wait to get in there, and let me tell you, it absolutely did not disappoint. As soon as we walked in, we were treated to just an absolute mesmerizing place. Now, there are several different sections of the Wyndham Sea Garden that you're going to see should you ever visit there. There are a lot of different buildings with a variety of different names. Honestly, I don't remember what the exact name of the building was, but we were going to be in the penthouse section, meaning we were going to be way, way, way up top. We were at the very top floor of the building. However, look all the way up there. Now, granted, it's only about maybe 6 floors, so it wasn't a whole lot, but it was very far up there. And I'll just say this much, that even though it was very far, the elevator didn't take forever. There wasn't a very long wait. Once we drove around and we got our vehicle parked in the garage, we got everything we needed to loaded up, we started making our way in there, and ultimately we made ourselves at home. Now, we didn't get to look at a lot of these very beautiful lush gardens and things that you see in the photos right now at first, because we drove all the way to the back and we were way up top. So we got everything ready, and in typical fashion, we like to sanitize everything down, even though the room was in absolute spectacular shape. Everything was great. They had a lot of room. It's what you usually are going to find. You're going to find a full kitchen, full oven. We had laundry actually inside of the resort, so we were able to do laundry right there and then without having to leave outside. So that's one thing that we really did enjoy very, very much. And just being, of course, given the introduction to all the amenities that were going to be offered, things that we were looking forward to. This was definitely one vacation that I really was genuinely looking forward to. The weather was absolutely beautiful. It was bright and sunny for the most part. It may have rained like 1 or 2 days, but it didn't stop us from having a great time, because there was so much to do on the resort, so many nice things to see, that we really couldn't just not just sit there. Even though we were looking at things to do, my original plan was to go out to the beach and have a great time, but then we started doing our grocery shopping to get ourselves ready, and overall, I can't stress enough about how much of a great time it was. But let me go ahead and explain what happened. Now, because we were on the road for that long, and I had gotten a grand total of maybe 4 hours of sleep in the last close to 48 hours, I was exhausted. And so that night, our family and I went to bed at 10 o'clock p.m. We woke up at 10:30 a.m. the following day. We slept 12 and a half hours. We would have slept longer had the kids not woke us up. But that's our story there. So let's go ahead and get into the photos now that you see them right here. So that was the front of the Sea Gardens that's directly across the beach. And so you just have a little short distance that you have to walk to get to the beach. It's not very long, definitely well worth it. So this is the lobby right here. You have an upstairs going into a second part of it. That's going to be where the registration area was, which was a very pleasant experience checking in. We had a great time doing that. I had a look around. There's a picture of inside that game room I was telling you about earlier. That's some of the destinations that they have around there. This is the parking garage here. Definitely kind of a little tight to squeeze in, but we were able to barely make it in there, but we did. But definitely a lot of abundant parking there, so it's very great to have a place in which you can park at. That's the inside of the elevator, and yes, I take pictures of literally everything, so I do apologize for that, guys. Ocean Palms, that's the one I was looking for. Ocean Palms, that's the name of the building that we were in. That's an overview of it going from the other side. That's facing some of the nearby resorts. There's a beach that you can see on the other side. This is just on the outside looking of the Ocean Palms, which is a section of the building we were in. This is the lobby here, very spacious, very easy to get around. Almost looks like you're going in a maze right here, but this was the hallway here leading up to our room. And so there was our room right there. And so once we got in, absolutely breathtaking. It was an absolute gorgeous sight. There's a kitchen right there, a full kitchen, I might add, since I've said it several times. That's going to be the sleeper sofa over there to the left. Living room with a television. A jacuzzi that could also be used as just a straight up bathtub. There's a regular bath in addition to that. There's a mirror. There's me taking a picture of it with my Galaxy Note 4 that I took at the time. And so there's the washer and dryer set that's inside of the condo. Again, there's a sleeper sofa, dining room table, very comfortable seat. And there's the balcony, which leads to the outside with a television. So this was the back view of it. There is one of the intercoastal of Fort Lauderdale that you see right there. Also, you have a table and chairs outside, so if you decide to want to go see the beautiful scenery out there, you very well could. You see a lot of different boats going by there. You could just sit back there, relax, watch all the boat activity go back and forth. That's what you'll see. So this was the back side of the window there. This is one of the lobby areas here that you can simply sit down and relax. Now this is not in the room, but this is in the actual lobby area that you can simply just enjoy. Here's an overview of all the different resorts that you're going to be seeing there. That's the pool, one of the many pools that they had there actually, and jacuzzi that we were able to look down. The pools only go about 5 feet, which is typical of most resorts, but my kids really enjoyed having a great time there. There were a lot of other activities there. You could just simply relax at the beach side, look around, and there's all the other different ones. There's a map of the entire resort. This is the pool that's toward the front of when you first check in. We didn't actually swim in that one because we were mainly going to the one that was in our area in Ocean Palms. Beautiful water fountain right there. Very well organized. Very lush trees and a lot of great scenery around here. There's palm trees everywhere. So just walking around and just in a relaxed state is definitely something that you can enjoy. There was an eatery there that you can get food from. We actually didn't buy any food from there because we tend to buy our own groceries and cook ourselves. And when we do, we'll usually go to a restaurant that's outside the area, not in there so much so. Now this is the walkway that's going to be leading over to the beach. And that's one of the pretty pools there with a little dolphin looking over it. Gorgeous, gorgeous weather. There's a sign there talking about all the different oceans and marine life. So that's the waters right there that you have in Fort Lauderdale. See, I said Fort Lauderdale and not Pompano, but you know what I mean. There's just some of the different resorts that you can see overlooking. The beach was very clean. Well, maybe except for all that crud right there, but it was nothing to really be worried about. It's just dead seaweed. But definitely the weather absolutely breathtaking and relaxing. I mean, I'm getting relaxed just watching these things with you guys right here. But that's going back to the pool in which we were at. Again, a lot of lush greens and gardens. And there were some activities in which were available as well. Now, because this was our second time ever being at a Wyndham and we were not fully aware of all the amenities, we didn't look at the schedule, let alone take advantage of all the different amenities that were offered there. But realistically, we had a full plate on our schedule. We went to go see family that's in the Miami area, not once, but twice. And so as a result, our schedule was pretty packed. We went to restaurants that we wanted to see because my wife and I's honeymoon was actually in Fort Lauderdale. And so there were areas that we wanted to revisit as well as visit areas we didn't get a chance to see. Going back, look at this beautiful waterfall right here. And there's a deck right there that you can just go sit down, relax, have a bite to eat. There is a bar there. You can order drinks. There are different snacks. There's different things that you could do to eat there, order there rather. And so there's a lot of activities there. There's the bamboo tree. They have different jacuzzis and spas. Right there was one of the activities saying Barbecue Tuesday where you could actually order food. Food was not that great. I found that the burgers were overcooked and a bit bland and certainly overpriced for what they were asking for. But that may have been more on the cooks. And so there's some really helpful things about saving the bees there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is definitely one where you could absolutely enjoy your stay here. I can't really say enough about this place. Definitely a very great, fantastic experience overall. There's another shot of the pool there. That was more on the front side area. There's a tiki bar that you can order drinks from, alcohol included. That is, you can order alcohol. More beautiful scenery here. Palm trees, bamboo. There you can sit down and relax, have your meal, which is what we did. Another beautiful water fountain there. Definitely, this is a place that's very easy on the eyes. You could definitely get a lot of good eye candy just by being at this particular place. But I will say this though, definitely I really enjoyed my stay here and I want to give it a 5 out of 5. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like what you heard, please rate, share, and subscribe, and I will see you later.